Hey guys, Marsingan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so we just got a teaser on JP for the upcoming Dokkan Fest, releasing obviously with the, was it Piccolo and Gohan were the last Dokkan Fest on JP. Both versions of the game obviously got the Heroes banner. Global, we are waiting on the update for what we will be getting next. Assumingly it's going to be Tech Super Trunks. But yeah, today we were hoping to see a teaser for the new Dokkan Fest, and here it is. Now, the crazy thing about this is we were speculating before the thing dropped. Everyone always does, of course. But I saw a lot of people talking about, especially Z, shout out to my boy, on Twitter about the fact that they've just recently announced that Dragon Ball FighterZ is getting its rollback netcode update finally, which I know I haven't played FighterZ for a very long time. I'm not great at fighting games. As much as I wanted to like FighterZ, I'm terrible at it, so, you know. But yeah, I know people that have been talking about it for ages, that they've wanted this to come to the game, and it's an update that is finally coming. And I think recently they showed either in, I don't know if it was in just the event news or if it was in the data download or something like that, I'm not too sure, on JP, that the free-to-play events for like the story event for Android 21 was coming back. So I actually did see a bunch of people speculating that it could be an Android 21 Dokkan Fest. And the funny thing is, literally as we were waiting for it to turn the hour so we could see the update come out, we were literally just talking about it on the stream, and I said, like, you know, could you imagine if it is an Android 21 Dokkan Fest? And then literally like 30 seconds later opened up the page to this image, and I had a pretty hyped reaction. It's just like, oh my god, it is an Android 21 Dokkan Fest. Because those of you who know, if you've been following the channel for some time, Android 21 is my top #1 Dragon Ball waifu. I mean, I do prefer Margin 21, but it seems like this will be a transforming 21, right? Because I feel like it's very unlikely we would get a Dokkan Fest Android 21 that just stays in base like the whole time, right? So the teaser says, a new android with a secret, challenge a genius scientist who is both kind and strong. Stay tuned for a new like Dokkan event, right? So, I mean, I guess it could be just base, but new android with a secret. I mean, it seems unlikely that it would be, right? And I mean, obviously, Android 21, always been a popular character, very popular as soon as she was released in Android, in Dragon Ball FighterZ. And of course, with the release of Dragon Ball Super Superhero, they did make her character canon. Obviously, her real name is, I don't actually know how you pronounce it because nobody says it out loud in the movie, but it's like Vomi or Vomi, I don't know, it's V-O-M-I. And she was the wife of Dr. Gero, who obviously made himself into Android 20. He made her into Android 21 in secret, apparently. But while she was human, she was Gero's wife, and I think the mother of the human who Android 16 was based on, from what we see in the movie. Because Android 16 is not an android like some of the others. He is a full robot android, but he was made in the likeness of Gero and Android 21's son. So obviously she was, just like the 17 and 18, she was a human at some point who was then made into an android by Dr. Gero. So if we switch over to the wiki view here, you can see in terms of Android 21 in the game, we have a base form, which is the free-to-play one, but the free-to-play is just the SSR, and once you awaken her, she becomes transformed Android 21 good, and then we have the STR one that is essentially just a side banner unit, right? Like, she's in the general pool, I believe. You can pull her from pretty much any banner, and she does have an Easy A now, which is the Android 21 transformed, and she, of course, also transforms into the cell-absorbed thing. So, if we take a look at Android 21 normal, I love that that's their, like, suffix, like, Android 21 normal. So, Android 21 normal is the character. She's on Androids, Peppy Gals. Obviously, she's on Transformation Boost because she transforms. Martian Power, Battle of Wits, and Crossover. This is actually very interesting because she is a crossover character. So we are getting a new Dokkan Fest crossover unit. And what did we just get? That's right, some very interesting and powerful new units from the Heroes banner, a lot of whom require being run with crossover characters. So this could definitely be very interesting for the likes of Vegito, Limit Breaker Vegito or Rose, especially because depending on the type of Android 21 she is, she could be an extreme unit, which would obviously benefit like physical Rose. I mean, Rose doesn't care about extreme units, right? He wants crossover units, but in terms of team building, that could be very interesting. And then, of course, she awakens into the Android 21 good, transformed good, who's on power absorption. So, of course, actually, she should be on power absorption. Oh, no, because she's not awakened, right? So, yeah, free-to-play cards or cards that awaken, they can't lose categories, but they can gain categories. So, the transformed versions of Android 21 are all on power absorption, which is another category that hasn't had some buffs for a while, so that's pretty good. She has big bad bosses, even though this version of her is good as well, which I'm assuming is just because she is a boss in fighters, even if she's not a bad guy, I suppose. Because obviously the untransformed one doesn't have it. So even if the new Dokkan Fest, if she is a transforming 21 and she transforms into the good version, that means she should still have big bad bosses, which is pretty good. So yeah, interesting links and categories. And then when we look at the actual, and I keep meaning to say Dokkan Fest, but obviously she isn't, right? If we keep looking at this one, because whose medals does she awaken with? They awakened with the physical 17 ones, didn't they, I think? MVP 17? Yeah, they did. So she isn't obviously a Dokkan Fest. She doesn't have her own event. She's in the general pool. But yeah, she's on full power, which is interesting. I wonder if she only gets full power because of the cell absorption. So if the new one doesn't have the absorbing cell, then I imagine the new one probably wouldn't be on full power. But that would be really interesting if she was, because obviously there's a lot of crossover there with crossover characters and full power, like the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s and stuff like that. So that would be quite interesting. But Android 21, in terms of what we could expect her to do, she is a character who very often has these abilities to recover HP. Obviously, this one is free to play, so all the numbers are low. But she's an Android support unit. She recovers HP on Super. This one recovers HP on Super, and then once she transforms, has the HP recovery at the start of the turn. But yeah, so Dokkan Fest Android 21 is going to be the new Dokkan Fest on JP. Now, in terms of when she releases, I was trying to find the date on the wiki for the banner on JP and when it ends, but I can't see it on here, so someone can let me know if you can see it. The only thing we can try and bring up here, I guess, is if we bring up the current campaign for JP and see. Is it just going to show heroes? No, it shows this one. So the banner ends on Wednesday the 22nd. Well, wait, so is the Piccolo and Gohan banner gone already on JP? And then they didn't get a Part 2 LR because obviously we got heroes. Interesting. Because one of the things that's interesting on Global, usually banners will end and then another banner begins. But what's strange is if you look in the news for the current celebration on Global, the current banner goes away, the Goku one, and the Dokkan Fest one that has God Goku. Those go away at midnight on Wednesday, which is not the usual time that banners go away. So whilst I wouldn't expect it and I wouldn't get my hopes up, even though I would much rather get a new 21 than Trunks, I wonder if this banner will release on both versions at the same time. I feel like it's unlikely, right? Because Global still needs to get Omega, Global's going to get the Christmas Tanabata, and then most likely both versions are still going to have New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest at the same time. But imagine if it came out on both versions at the same time as well. That would be kind of crazy. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Dokkan Fest Android 21 coming to JP, at least we know. I suppose, to be fair, if it was coming to Global as well, we would have just got the teaser in the news for Global as well. So I assume it is just going to be on JP. I also assume the free-to-play one will get an EZA, but obviously we'll find out all the details hopefully very soon, and I will let you guys know as we find out. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. That is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master again. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.